Andy Cannon gets in there. Zigs, zags, 3-0. Take that. I can't believe my luck. You know what? We've got some great news coming through this whole show. I've got a massive pre-game for this game. Yeah, Wrexham taking on Stockport County, the Champions League 2. It's nothing on the game, but it's bragging rights for the end of the season. But I got something today that I didn't ever think I was going to get the chance to get. That is an order for 2 tickets for Wrexham to take on Vancouver Whitecaps in Vancouver, July 27th, 2024. I can't freaking believe my luck. I woke up this morning and I saw the headlines and I had to take a double take. I walked out the studio, came back in because I'm like, am I like having a stroke? Have I lost it? Am I losing my mind? I mean, I know a lot of you out there think I do at times, but I am telling you now, I cannot believe that I'm going to get to see Wrexham out here in Canada. I never thought I'd ever get the chance. All these years I've watched from a distance, and I've made a trip once or twice, but never in my life did I think they were going to come to Canada. Yes, I always thought they were going to go to the MLS, clubs down in the States, but I didn't think they'd ever come up to Canada. And you know what? They're coming to Western Canada, and it's about 1,100 Ks away. And I've already got 2 tickets. So booking a hotel, I don't care where I stay, but I'm going to that game. I'm going to be on site. And if I have luck and get in with the media job down there, I'll be on site. But I don't care about that because I'm going for the game and I'm taking my own pictures and then they're going to share them with you. So that's what's coming in the future. But I tell you what, when I got up this morning, couldn't believe it. And I tell you, if you're a Stockport fan, have a heart, man. I mean, come on, that is massive news. So welcome into the pregame. I say that to the family who come back again. I love all of you. Literally, got some good things to say about you as we move through the show again. And I'll tell you what, if you're a first timer here, this is how we roll. We got news, we got highlights, we got opinion, this big gap, and lots of fun and lots of sarcasm too. We got a stats file coming, 3 minutes long. That's off screen. We don't see this ugly face for a couple of minutes. When I come back on and make you happy again. Then we got a couple of videos coming your way. One at the end is Norwich fans in a funny video. I won't share it with you now. Wait till the end. And we also got the Player of the Year. You, who voted in for the last 4 weeks when I asked you to get your votes in for the Ultimate Soccer Wrexham Player of the Year. Well, it's in now and it's done. And that player really wiped up with the... Oh, well, we'll talk about that at the end. So we've got loads of stuff to get into. But I'll tell you what, the last time these two met, it was a massive game, wasn't it, Stockport County fans? The champions weren't champions then, but they were playing like champions. This is what happened back then. Cover your ears if you don't like bad, big noises. This is what happened last time. Ouch. Ouch, hey, 5 nasty big goals there. Stockport were unstoppable on the day. This is a revenge match right now. So don't forget, pay for your ticket. When you come and watch this show, like the video. It's like you're paying for your ticket. If you're a first timer here, that's what I'm saying. Pay for your ticket. Like the video. There's lots more fun to come. Oh, yeah, there really is. And don't forget, Player of the Year to finish, and that Norwich story as well to finish. Now, last week, I said this, and one of the family and I connected about it in a certain way. Take a listen. This is what I said. I wonder if we're going to get one of these in the game this weekend. I wonder. There's a lot to play for, crew. You might see red somebody. Yes, taking that lovely background from Wrexham and Stockport for this big game as we're getting ready for the pre-game. But looking back, continuing the red card theme as I just was on screen saying, well, look, last weekend, that's what one of our great members in the family wrote. Hey, that 0-2 prediction is a bit cheeky, Steve, and waving a red card at the camera at the same time. Are you sure you're not from Wrexham? I'll tell you what I was thinking when I get back on screen. But hey, proof in the pudding. There you go, 3-0 away at Crew. And yeah, Ryan Cooney, 54th minute, red card. I guess I was seeing things or feeling something. Back on screen. Now, breaking that down even further, take a look at this. Ryan Cooney, yeah, on the incident. Let's take a look at how I see it this time. Maybe you see it differently. And remember, drop a comment down below. We've got loads more to get through. But hey, remember, pay for your ticket, like the video, join the family, subscribe to all the notifications, get into this. Take a look. So big shout out for Jeff Williams and I. We had a little bit of a back and forth on the Ultimate Soccer Show down below, like normal. Yeah, down below, that's where Jeff and I were conversing. Down below, like you and I can converse anytime we like. Anyway, to the point. Last weekend, I was calling for a red card in the game, if you saw the show, and I was saying it was going to be 2-0. Well, it turned out 3-0, and we had the red card. But looking at that red card incident, ask yourself, do you think it was a red card? Here's having a look at it. I'll take you through it a couple of times, and you tell me something, what you think. But here we go. Wrexham clear the lines. Ball goes down the field. Paul Mullin and Ryan Cooney race for it. Now, is that a handball? Have a look again. Looks like a handball to me. Paulie Mullin's like, listen, ref, come on. Cooney and the ref, Jeff Williams, my friend. There you go. There's a red card. Big up to Jeff. Ryan Cooney acting like a loony now, number 2. Who's he talking to? Really? Who's he talking to? Goes off. Oh, still unhappy. But remember, if you're watching, pay your bloody ticket into the ground. Like the video. It'll really please the owners of the stadium, YouTube, because the algorithms, which is the management, will send us a little bit higher. How about that for some equation making? So as we keep rolling through this, I'll tell you what, it's a fast rolling show, and I'll tell you what, I put a lot of work into it to bring the best pre-game show to finish this season before we get into the playoffs. And don't forget, we will be covering the playoffs. We're also going to be covering Copa America, the whole tournament. You're going to get into that big time with me. I tell you, I love Copa America. You will too when you see what I'm bringing. And don't forget, all the Wrexham fun as well. So now, got to say, for those who love the stats, and each week I bring the stats. Stockport fans, you're new to this, but I bring the stats each week for everybody to get a little bit more insight into what's going on in the game. 3 minutes 31 stats file. I'll be back after that. You're going to love this. And remember, press pause for a little bit more time on each image. But I think the commentary will keep you going. See you in 3:31. So, my friend, we're going to do the stats like we do every week. And if you're here for the first time, you're a first timer, remember to like the channel, like the video, join us. But this is what we do each week. And this game, this weekend, it's Wrexham Stockport at the Racecourse Ground. I think it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a cagey affair. Could be tight, but it's definitely going to be a top game. I mean, both teams play beautiful football. Now, looking at the live table, that's what she looks like right now, yeah. Wrexham sitting in 3rd. I want to cast your eyes onto 5th place Doncaster Rovers. They are on fire. They've now owned 5th spot ahead of Crewe Alexandria. Yeah, Crewe so long in the top 5. No longer in the top 5. Doncaster just coming in with a storm. Keep your eyes on Bradford City as well. But there's a lot still coming before we get to this massive game with Wrexham and Stockport County. Let's take a look at the teams getting the most points in the last 5 games. Remember, I just said Doncaster Rovers and Bradford City have been in storming form. Well, take a look at the points. That tells you exactly where it is. And when you consider Stockport a level with Doncaster, yeah, that tells you how well Doncaster's doing. And that Bradford are ahead of Wrexham. That'll tell you exactly how well Bradford are doing as well. Yeah, unbelievable, unbelievable. And Wrexham 4th in the table when you consider the top 10 point haulers. Let's take a look at the big games coming out this weekend because there's lots of talking points. There's all the games, and the games in white are highlighted for a reason. That reason being, if you look down left, Milton Keynes Dons, PO, well, they're into the playoffs. PO signifying playoffs confirmed. The rest of the question marks, well, it's confirmed on the final day. But I've got to say this, you got 6 teams still fighting for a handful of places, 3 to be exact. 6 teams fighting for 3 places in the playoffs on the final day of the season. The league couldn't wish for better than that. And there's fans right across the countries. Obviously, you've got teams in Wales and England, yeah? But there's teams across those countries looking at these games saying, wow, this could go either way. What a great final day. But obviously, you got to say, Milton Keynes Dons in 4th, own fourth on 77 points. It won't change for them. It is as it is, and that's the way it's going to stay. But hey, final day, things are going to happen, yeah? I mean, Crew Alexandra away at Colchester. You never know. Barrow's got Mansfield coming in. Bradford at home against Newport. That's not easy. Doncaster on the road at Gillingham. That's not a gimme. So it's going to be interesting. Over the 90 minutes on the final day, I tell you what, there'll be teams in and out of the playoffs throughout those 90 minutes. It's going to be a very exciting day. Exciting as well is please welcome into the family from Super JN 18, red down to Red Dragon 1864. At the same time, Poets of the Week this week. You did it again, guys. Great, great stuff. Much appreciated. Bring your poets. And if you're a first timer, drop a comment down below and become one of the Poets of the Week. Talking the playoffs, well, hey, Wembley is where it all finishes, yeah? It doesn't get bigger than this. It all ends here. And the first leg of the playoffs, well, that's what you're looking at. It's coming really soon. It's going to be awesome. And then, don't forget, on this show, we've got a prediction coming between Wrexham and Stockport. Let's get back on screen. And each week after the stats file, I always give you, bang, bang, my prediction on the scoreline. Someone's not going to like this. Is it going to be you? Oh, I'm going to Vancouver. Wrexham AFC to see. Taking on Vancouver Whitecaps. July 27, 4:30. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there. Gonna be there. I can't wait for that game. I tell you what, I cannot wait for that game. I tell you. Don't forget, show coming up next. The 9 players that Wrexham need to pick up for League One. You will be interested to see that. Coming after the weekend, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. But 9 players Wrexham need to pick up. And there's a certain parameter that I got to move within to get those 9 players. That will become apparent when you join me on Monday or Tuesday. Remember, if you hit all the notifications, you don't need to worry when. It just hits you automatico, yeah? So hit the automatic notifications, join the family, and get in the fun. So moving along, Ultimate Soccer's Player of the Year is coming up too. So is the Norwich City funny story. Keep it here and pay for your ticket. Now, game talk. Normally, I give you a load of stats and files. You do have the stats. And normally, I give you loads of technical stories in the game to break it down even further. This one, just look at it this way. There's really 2 things online here. It's revenge for the 5-0 shellacking for Wrexham. And it's a continuation of perfection for Stockport County. You see, if they don't lose here, they go 14 games unbeaten to the end of the season. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. So, you got to say, form is on their side. Wrexham's at home. Wrexham's home form is pretty dynamite. That's the reason why Wrexham are in League One, is the home form has really put them in there big time. I know Wrexham's got 9 wins on the season on the road, but it wasn't always that fantastic. You remember, Wrexham fans, we went through some times where we were like, woof, I don't know. So it got interesting, but the home form was always incredible. So, is there anything on the game? Yes, there is. It's revenge. It's the double-double for Stockport. It's pride on the last day of the season. It's finishing with panache, and it's giving the fans a real football match. This one, for me, is like a bit of a final. We waited and waited and waited for weeks and weeks and weeks in the hope that this final game between Wrexham and Stockport would be for the final situation where both teams were clinging with fingers on the trophy, but no one actually had the trophy. Well, let's face it. Kudos to Stockport. They did the deed games ago and rightfully are champions. No question. No problem with that whatsoever. Great club. And I tell you what, Challoner's done a fantastic job too. He's a great coach. I tell you, the 4 clubs that he's been with in his career as a coach, he's got a career record of like 55 to 46 roughly percentage winning record at each club. That's mega. So they've got a great coach, and he sculpts teams and he makes them better. And that's his career. I'll tell you what, next year, Stockport County League One, I tell you what, I see that surviving, I see you will, because this guy's got a brain. So, great coach, top team, looking for a great game on the weekend. You know what's riding on it. It's revenge or it's double-double. And apart from that, there's nothing on the game apart from pleasing the fans. On that note, If it becomes a bit of a tussle and a real battle, which I hope it does, I hope these guys really deliver and give the fans something to finish the season with, because if they do, well, the 12th man is going to be the difference maker. And you know what it's like at the racecourse ground, especially now with the fourth wall filling in too, yeah? It echoes around. It's a great atmosphere. The ambience, you can hear it miles away, but in the crowd, it just echoes beautifully. We've got that nice deep bass. Now that the fourth wall is banging back at us, that noise is not escaping over the old cop. It's now being pushed back in. So the atmosphere is great. The field has been great recently. It's been great all season, actually. The team's been on top form recently as well. Stockport's coming in with dynamite form. What else could you have but say we're going to have a cracking game? Could be a 3-2 game. It might not be a 1-0 game. I'm thinking the goals are in this because, like I say, pressure's off. This game should be about entertaining the fans. So get ready for a big game because I think it will be. But remember, if you're watching, pay your bloody ticket into the ground. Like the video. It'll really please the owners of the stadium, YouTube, because the algorithms, which is the management, will send us a little bit higher. How about that for some equation making? And before we get ahead of ourselves, big thank you to you all season long. Every pre-game that I brought all season, you've been there, you commented, you liked, you joined up. I thank you so much, and I really mean it. I thank you so much for joining us. Coming up right now, Ultimate Soccer Show, WREXHAM AFC Player of the Year, voted by you all in the family over the last 4 weeks. So, ladies and gentlemen, Player of the Year, we're going to reveal what's coming down. Take a look at that one. Super Paul Mullin. There's some information for you. There's some clubs he's played for. Yes, take a look at that in new and old times. Now, 2023 to 2024, there's the 3 totals that really stand out for Paul Mullin. League, FA Cup, and EFL games as well. When you combine it all together, that's what it looks like on a total of the season. Therefore, Paul Mullin drafted 72% of all the votes from everybody on this show, whether that be emailed in or down below throughout the last 4 weeks when we've been asking for Player of the Year. So therefore, guys, your Player of the Year this year is Paul Mullin. He wins it considering the injury he had, the seasons he's had. I tell you what, he's definitely an ambassador for Wrexham, and I'm quite happy to say that you guys got it right. He was also my Player of the Year too. So there you go. Paul Mullin is the Wrexham Player of the Year for Ultimate Soccer Show family. Thank you ever so much, guys. I say thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back on screen. So there you go. Paul Mullin is your Player of the Year. He was mine too. And I'll tell you what a fantastic guy. You can't say enough about him. And as I said, super ambassador for Wrexham AFC, especially like, after that bad injury. Now, got a funny story. This comes from the Premier League from a couple of seasons ago. Norwich City fans on the road at Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park, South London. Yeah, near Croydon to be specific. Thornton Heath is right round the corner. And the Norwich fans are on the road. Now, they're having a lot of fun down there in South London, and they're from East Anglia, yeah, part of England. So they've travelled down to South London, and these Norwich fans are in such good spirits, but their team is not exactly doing it, right? Well, football fans are very sarcastic, yeah? Yeah. So I'm going to explain what they said and how it breaks it down so that when you hear what they say in this video, you're going to know exactly where you are. Because if I showed you the video, you'd be like, you wouldn't really know. So I'm going to explain to you. In the beginning of the video, the Norwich fans are singing in the corner, "Let's pretend we score a goal. Let's pretend we scored a goal." Then they count from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And on 1, they then explode as if they've scored a goal. But remember, they haven't scored a goal and the team is playing like shit. But obviously, this is a good way of just letting it out in a fun way, just to make fun of your team, but at the same time, have a good time at the game. So there's a bit of sarcasm. Now you know what's going to happen in the video. Take a look and replay it as much as you want because it is bloody funny. Take a look at that lovely picture there. That's the Rex tour coming up. And hey, yeah, I got 2 tickets. I can't believe it. Like I say, I woke up this morning, could not believe my luck. So to summarize, reading off the board like I do each week to cut this down before I get out of here. We have got 6 teams vying for 3 places in the playoff spots right now. So we're going to have a fun time watching Wrexham and Stockport, but there's going to be 6 teams looking to get into those last 3 places in the playoffs. Remember, 4th is locked up. MK Dons on 77 points right now. It's done. It's theirs. They own it. But the other 3 places are still to be decided. So over the 90 minutes plus, people are going to be in, going to be out, going to be in, going to be out. Fans are going to be like, yes. And then, oh. So it's going to be a fantastic nail biter. And I've got to say, give credit to the champions. 13 unbeaten, looking for 14, and it's 8 wins, not 9 on the bounce. The last loss was February 17th, and that was Tranmere Rovers away. That was 4-0, believe it or not. Since then, it's been perfect with Stockport all the way to the bank. And they'll be looking for 9 wins on the bounce to be 14 unbeaten. I hope you liked, and I hope you did like what we delivered all season. And that was games 1 to 46. Next season, we're going to be doing exactly the same as we did this season, but it's going to be 1 league higher. Remember, the 9 players that I think we need to pick up is coming in the next show. And there's a certain parameter what I got to move within to get those 9 players. That will become apparent when you see the next show. Remember, hit the notification button, join the club, get in the family, and pay for your ticket by liking the video. So it's revenge for Wrexham. It's the double-double for Stockport. It's 9 wins back-to-back if they get it. Back-to-back, a great season for both teams. Both these teams. They've absolutely delivered all the way through. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you're coming back for more as we go through. Remember, Copa America in the summer, that's coming too. And we've got a lot more fun happening as well. So let's see who makes the least mistakes on the day. It's going to be a bit of a swashbuckling match. It's going to be fantastic football because both teams play beautiful football and they know how to pass it around. There's 2 great coaches. It's going to be a packed stadium, and I hope you are glued to your bloody screen because I know I will be. Wrexham, Stockport, let's have it.